Guard is going to be intervention capable in the province of Ontario, they need to be trained to that level. And currently there's no standard for that training here in Ontario for use of force, use of handcuffs, batons, etc. In Ontario, those things don't exist. So the companies are sort of left to their own devices when it comes to that. And as I was speaking about today, how do they know when they're going to that they're getting the best training? How do they know, how often or how frequently they should be getting this kind of training? Of course, it's going to cut into the bottom line. It's going to cut into things like wages, their ability to compete against other companies, and that sort of stuff. So there's always these gaps. I think we're always going to have these gaps, and as much as even the government tries to fill some of those gaps with mandatory training, we're still going to have identifiable gaps within training for sure. Given the fact that we've got nearly a 50% turnover most of the time, as far as frontline guards, there's no secrets of that. Training becomes a huge issue and a huge expense. Trying to keep them current on what's right, what's wrong, what's reasonable, what's not, and try and stay on budget is a difficult thing. We've learned some lessons from the past. Unfortunately, I think a lot of those lessons, it's like it was the farm analogy that I used today, the farm fence doesn't get fixed until after the horses run away, unfortunately, and it usually takes a large court case, civil cases usually, or even a criminal case. But today, more so than ever before, people become YouTube stars when they really don't want to be, and that's how the public perceives the guard company, the guards. And they talk about the property, and quite often, and honestly, it's not the property. Sometimes it's the people that are there. Sometimes it's lack of oversight from the property or from the people who's managing the guards, etc. So there's been a lot of changes. We're still learning. I think, and as we go into this internet age, there's going to be a lot more. For sure there will be. Events like this are, I think, paramount, necessary for a peer-to-peer sharing of information, even if it's among competitors. And it's not until you have an event like this that they start to realize they've got some gaps, and then they go to their peers because they're here and not back in their own headquarters going, okay, I need to get some information about this and this and this, and they get it in a place like this, which is a wonderful thing, because these are the decision makers or the influencers of the decision makers, so they'll go back with that information and do something with it, hopefully.